Talk Sports fans, thanks for tuning in.
Good evening, everybody. I am your host, Mr. First Down, with my co-host, Bradley Mangold, and this is Fanboys Unleashed, getting you through this Titans off season. And boy, do we have some news for you, such as Morgan Cox getting inked in to another deal. Look, I have a ticker at the bottom now. I'm all professional.
Nice.
All professional now. Yeah, I'm making it. I'm making it in the biz. How are you, Bradley?
I'm doing good. How you doing, sir?
Oh, making it ready for tomorrow because free agency period starts at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central for all you Central Time Zone people. It's going to be interesting. So I think we should go ahead and start out the show. Again, we've called this a million times, but we're gonna do it. This is our farewell to Derrick Henry. And we are not, I'm making it a point on this show, we are not going to bring up Derrick Henry again on this show unless he is re-signed here. Okay? It's not going to happen. But we're not going to bring him up on this show unless we're playing against him or anything else, because the news stories that have flown out about if he stays, he goes. It's like the Clash song, right? Should I stay or should I go? We have to stop the madness, okay? No more Derrick Henry. Stop it.
I just want to say this to the fans. If you jump ship because of one player leaving, don't call yourself a Titans fan.
Yeah. Don't need you.
It's not the first running back we had. It's not going to be the last. That's what Titans do best is running back. So we'll have another one.
Did we forget how well Spears did? Anyway, so Derrick Henry, what else is there left to say? When we drafted that man, I cursed it. I said, this is a waste of a second-round draft pick. We have DeMarco Murray. What are we doing right now? This makes zero sense. Lo and behold, I was much taken aback about how good the guy was. We were 2 years in, and I'm sitting here going, this guy doesn't really, I don't know, he's just a big guy. And then you read the article by Joe Rexrode from The Athletic. If you guys don't read The Athletic, you totally should. It's like $2. So it's got some very good articles in there, including the Titans reporter for them is Joe Rexrode. And he said that they weren't going to draft Derrick Henry.
I remember that.
Blake Bedingfield, the head scout, really had to push it. Even waited to the point to where they were in front of everybody, the owner and everybody, and then brought it up again, convinced Malarkey to go for it, and they drafted him. And boy, was he right. Was he right? He's also out of a job. He was out of a job after that season. I wonder if he ruffled old J-Rob's feathers by ambushing him. But Derrick is an amazing player, and I wish him nothing but the best going forward. I wish him to have a good career. I hope he snags a ring after we snag a ring. So, because guess what? I'm team first, baby. Okay? That's how it works. Hats off to Derrick Henry, one of the best to ever do it on the Mount Rushmore of Titans Oilers running backs. He is the guy. And I wish him nothing but the best. I yield my time to the gentleman from Ohio.
The Ohio lad. Yeah, it was a blast. 8 seasons. I didn't really have mixed emotions when he drafted him. I was like, okay, we'll see what he does. And obviously, he's a beast. He's 6'3", 250, rolling thunder. But I mean, as soon as after the Jaguars game, I heard the farewell speech. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like similar to LeBron James when he left Cleveland the first time. It's like, yeah, you knew it was coming. You finished 6-11, and yeah, it just I did this the whole speech. I'm like, yep, he's done.
It's kind of like a breakup, isn't it? Like, yeah. It's over, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to miss him. I hope he picks the right team. Like I said, Dallas, Miami, Ravens are my 3 teams I have. I think if one team will surprise us, maybe Philly, but it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I wish them luck, but I'm a two-tone Titans fan. I'm focused on the future, and I hope. Key word for me is pressure. A lot of pressure going forward on especially Amy. We'll see, and
Mhm.
of course Will Levis. There's a lot of pressure on him,
Oh yes.
so it's gonna be interesting. But it's. I mean, I've been calling it for the past 3-4 years. We need to become this pass first team instead of because it felt like for a long. I mean, we knew that the passing game was successful under Arthur Smith, and it was also
Yes.
successful when Derrick Henry was helping you with them stacking the box, trying to stop him. That's why I gave Derrick when they used to say, "What's Derrick Henry's nickname?" I gave him the Juggernaut from X-Men. Once his momentum gets going, he's hard to stop. But if you get to him
Right.
before his momentum gets going, you can stop him. Which why he has a lot of a lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage last season because of the Titans' horrendous offensive line. So I just hope he makes the best choice and good luck. So and I hope he doesn't go to Houston or Jacksonville.
What? Yeah. No. Please not Houston or Jacksonville.
Yeah, I don't want to
Um,
because the way our linebackers and secondary D line right now, no, not
yeah.
pretty.
Please don't do that to us. Not the Texans. You can't pick them. Um,
That'd be
so
brutal.
now we're on to bigger and better things. We will not mention Derrick Henry unless he comes up like miraculously in the news or whatever.
Or
But
like
it's
a shocking free agent decision, like I'm gonna take my talents to Minnesota or something like that.
oh yeah, he'll take ours to
Like, what are you
Minnesota.
doing?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff swirling around free agency. We don't know where Kirk Cousins is going. We don't know.
I think I got a prediction on that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say Russell Wilson's going to Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna say Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta. That's my prediction.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't know
No.
why Atlanta. I mean, but maybe New England. But I think New England's gonna draft Drake
Well,
May.
Atlanta because it's all they have. Like that, they have nothing. Ritter is a failed experiment. So yeah, no, it's time. It's time to move. It's time to move on. If that means, Mister, you like that, getting the job, then so be it. But yeah, the
Shout out
next.
to the most ridiculous thing I saw was the rumor of Justin Jefferson getting traded to the Chiefs. I'm like, where in
Uh,
God world did you guys come up with that?
I don't understand it. It comes out of nowhere. You can't stop them. I wish we could make them stop, but it's just going to happen. It's going to come out left and right. The other thing is we knew about this King Henry news for a while now, and then some big name reporter finally leaks it, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's actually leaving." Why can't you believe that? Why can't
And
you believe?
that's why I was a little shocked when if this was true and Amy says she shot down that trade. Like, why? This is
Yeah,
why you do trade him. I mean, yes, we wanted to finish, but it's like you can use another draft pick. It won't hurt you, especially during a
yeah,
rebuild.
yeah.
That's why this upcoming season, the same thing with DeAndre Hopkins. He's on a 1-year deal. If we're on a losing trajectory, trade him. Go get an extra draft pick. Yes, it sucks, but that's how you rebuild a team. More draft picks won't hurt you.
Nope, it most certainly won't. So that brings us to the next topic, a great off-season topic, if you will. What do we need to get rid of in this fan base? We've already touched on one, but I'll touch on another for you. If you still think that Marcus Mariota is an elite quarterback that we somehow stifled, you're just wrong. You're just incorrect. It's over. He's not that good. He's never going to.
Did you see my comment that I made? There was a report on I can't remember I think it might have been Titans Wire. Can't remember the topic, but my comment was exactly what we did to Mariota. We cannot do with Will Levis. That's why the firing of Mike Vrabel was such a positive movement. Because with Mariota, I mean, Ken Wisenhunt, that was a disaster. And
Mhm.
I mean, Mike Mularkey did good. He had the same thing that Mike Vrabel had. He had that ego, like, oh, I got Terry Robisky, my buddy. I'm not going to
Sure,
fire him. Oh,
sure.
well, now Mike Mularkey, now you're fired because we asked you to get rid of Robisky. And just four offensive coordinators, 3 head coaches, and every head coach we signed was not an offensive quarterback developer. And
I'm not saying we didn't make his road easy,
no,
but
it's 50-50. It's both their fault.
right, good quarterbacks show up
Yeah.
no matter where they are. They figure out how to do it, where to show up, how to do this game, right? The offense was doo-doo last year. Will Levis showed up in some games. Okay? Mariota showed up in a few and then just looked completely lifeless. We have to get into this mindset that we didn't break Mariota. He's just not that guy.
Yeah.
If he was that guy, if it really was our problem, he would have flourished with the Raiders. He would have flourished in Atlanta, which, by the way, he screwed them over and took his ball and went home, left them without a quarterback. And he'd be a starter for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not. He's not any of those things. It's over. It is done. We don't need any more talk about Marcus Mariota. It's finished. It's done. There's nothing to talk about here.
And FYI, I love Marcus Mariota because I'm an Oregon Duck fan. I
God.
followed him for a long
Whack.
time. But, yeah, I mean, like, it was always 50-50. Even as a fan of Mariota, I'm like, yeah, he didn't help himself, and Titans didn't help him either. You know, but it is what it is. That's why Titans went with Brian Callahan. I think they're trying to say, okay, we cannot do Will Levis how we did with Mariota. We need to keep the same coordinator, same mindset every year to help bring this guy to fruition. Now, with Will Levis, I just wanted to see him be consistent and stay healthy. That's it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. By the way, Alan, this is your
Wednesday.
third. This is well, I'll go against you, Bradley. I think Mariota's the bigger bust. Yeah.
I would give the only reason why I give Mariota the edge is 2 reasons. One, he beat
Quack.
Jameis Winston twice in the NFL,
Mhm.
and he did lead the Titans. He did get the Titans to the playoff and a playoff win. That's it.
Alan, did you just wake up from a nap? If that's the case, then now our buddy Alan, our resident Cowboys fan, has been a sleepy boy today. A sleepy boy with his
and Winston threw 30 interceptions in 1 year. That's just god awful.
That might edge it. He does eat a W though. Anyway, okay.
I mean,
Bradley?
Winston, he does have better pocket presence, better arm, but when it came to like the W's, he just couldn't get it because Tom Brady took his job and took that team to the Super Bowl, and Winston couldn't get that team to the playoffs, which was so weird.
Yeah,
because they had talent.
They sure did. They sure did.
And Tom Brady's like, here, go steal a crab leg. I'll take the team to the Super Bowl. The crab leg into the.
Goodness gracious. The other thing, I can get rid of. This is what you find in the depths of Twitter.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Buckle in. Okay. If we had kept Mike Mularkey, we would have had a Super Bowl by now. For heaven's sakes, guys.
What?
I know. The man won a playoff game because Derrick Henry and Marcus decided to win that game and got a fluke touchdown and just out physicaled the Chiefs. So it wasn't going to hold water.
Alex Smith.
Oh yeah, and Alex Smith decided that he couldn't throw the ball anymore. Several reasons. So we have to move on from these guys. Look, he did a play on words. I wish I had the sad trombone. Wah, wah, wah.
I mean, listen, this is also a thing I had to get off my chest. Like when Ryan Tannehill took over, I was shocked because okay, Ryan Tannehill showing me some things until the playoff came, and it's like Like, and it's funny how like not every Titans fan, I can't list them all because I
No,
don't know, I can't keep track of them. Like, they're like, oh, how come Derrick Henry didn't have a good game? It's like because you take away the opponent's best player, and that's Derrick Henry, not Ryan Tannehill. They're gonna force Tannehill to beat you, not Derrick Henry.
right.
And that's how they did it. And Tannehill just kept making interceptions after costly interceptions. The Ravens game baffled me because it's like Corey Davis went out, so Khalif Raymond come in, but it's like if you got AJ Brown, who was killing Marlon Humphreys, why are you not going to him and throwing the ball to Khalif Raymond?
I think, honestly, thinking back to it, I think he saw Khalif Raymond was on that fly route, and he thought he would get free and shake it loose. That is my guess. And then Khalif Raymond tripped. And, these things happen. If he doesn't trip and he catches that ball, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? That you can talk yourselves into circles.
No, he definitely should have caught it, but like,
right.
I'm going to AJ Brown. He's the X factor. I'm going to him. I'd rather throw him the ball in a 50-50 situation than Khalif Raymond, who didn't play. Like him and Josh Reynolds didn't do good in Tennessee, but yet in Detroit they had a pretty solid season. Not great, not good, but it was pretty solid. Probably because Detroit has the best offensive line in football, and Jared Goff is a veteran, so that's probably why. But still, shout out to the Detroit Lions for having a good season.
No, you're 100% true. The other thing we're going to put to bed here tonight is the love of Mason Kinsey. I love you, fam. I love that you love these guys that come in during preseason and they stick around on the practice squad for years and years, but they never they get barely a call up into the main roster, and every now and then they do, and these people lose their mind over these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop it.
That's a fifth string. That's a fifth string at best.
I know.
I mean, I argue that we could keep NWI because at least he's healthy. He's a guy that makes a couple big catches and he'll disappear, but at least that's sad. Like NWI was like the most not injury prone receiver somehow outside DeAndre Hopkins, but Mason Kinsley, no. Who was the other guy? Racy McMath.
Racy McMath.
That dude.
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
Like all the speed he had, and he just, where was you? Like, just I mean, it's just that's what kills me about the Titans. That's why I'm not gonna say it, but the Detroit, the unfortunate incident a couple years ago under John Robinson.
Yes.
Still haunts us.
It will haunt us forever.
Oh God, John Robinson. But yeah, I mean, it's like the Craig Ackerman situation with what's his name? Kyle Phillips. The whole punt returning thing. It's like, why do you keep putting him back there a punt returner when he knows he keeps making the same mistake? Stop it.
Right.
At least Mike Vrabel fired him before the end of the season.
Right. The question is, was he forced to? That's the question. Kendrick Bourne off the board, re-signed with the Patriots. That's a little shocking. I guess there's some Mayo's maybe a little more likable than the grouchy guy that cuts his sleeves off coaching. It's a mess. And then next up, no. It's the running back we're not going to talk about anymore. We're not going to talk about it. Okay, he gone. All right, if he's not gone, cool, but he gone. Let's be honest, he gone. He's probably in a Cowboys uniform, Alan. Oh, does that make you happy?
I did see somebody say there's a slimmer of hope. I'm like, yeah, there's a slimmer of hope. But
who is this person? Who holds on?
It was some reporter, like he's some slimmer of hope. I'm like, yeah, there's a slimmer of hope, but he wouldn't make that speech at the end. Come on, like he made that speech for a reason, guys. You wouldn't that was basically. I thought it was a retirement speech, but he's like, yeah, he's done. He had his chances in Tennessee. We just couldn't make the deep playoff run. I mean, my takeaway about the Titans playoffs was the lack of, like, this is why if I was a reporter, I would ask Mike Frabel, did you make adjustments during the game? And if you did, why didn't they work? And then why didn't you readjust? Because the Dolphins 14 point comeback win, and then the Jaguars week 18 game. Where was that all season? Why wait to use those two beautiful wins that you got right there? Where was that all season? That was my big question.
Right. I don't
And
understand.
Mike Vrabel's famous answer: coach better to play better. Which it got on my nerves. I'm like, dude, you sound like a broken
I cannot wait till we find out what Callahan's buzzwords are.
Coach better play better. I hope I don't hear that.
Nick Folk testing free agency. That's a shocker. Not a fan of that. But they must have somebody in mind. Is this more of the young in, old out taking over? I'm not so sure we should be so quick to say, bye, Nick. Thanks for your service. Maybe they're going to go after Zerline. I'm not exactly sure. But Nick Folk testing free agency does not make me happy. Does not make me happy whatsoever.
I mean, this is like the Titans' issues: quarterbacks, receivers, kickers. That's like the same, just revolving door of malarkey. There we go.
Oh, you did it again. You said the word. You said the word. Did you hear that? You said the word.
Now, I like Nick Folk. He was consistent. He was good, and maybe he wants a ring. I don't know, but more money. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I just feel like what scares me about the Titans the most, and this is probably gonna be true, is that we're such a low market. You know, especially with Houston and the Colts. They got cap room. Not as much as us, but they do got cap room. They had a better record. So that's going to be tough to go up against them. So Rand Carthon is probably going to have to spend a little bit. He's going to have to spend a lot more money just to sign a big name free agent just to convince them to come here. That's the toughest part.
Bradley, and our viewing audience are excited. You get to listen to me call Charlie's and tell them to take the food out to my wife, which I've asked him 3 times to do. That's what's happening here. But I'm on hold at the moment, so I'll keep going with the show before I have a gasket here, because there's ice cream in the car and Daddy needs his Rocky Road. So I can't think. Can you think of anything else that needs to? Is there anything else that needs to be said about this fan base that we need to kick out?
I mean, the fans just need to. I mean, I wouldn't say trust the process, but just give Brian Callahan a chance. Like, don't.
Yes, my wife is waiting outside for her order of food. It's been a little while. I was curious if something was wrong or.
I will have the young lady bring it out right away. What's the name of it?
Samuel Dean.
Okay, and the car that she's driving?
It's a blue Toyota RAV4.
All right, I'll get it right out there. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I drive a RAV4.
Oh my gosh! Anyway,
we took a little time out. I would say just give Brian Callahan a shot. I mean, I like him. I mean, he worked with Joe Burrow, worked with Peyton Manning gave him some good praise. I mean, his dad is a good offensive line coach, so I think he did a good job with the DC hire. And now it's up to Rand Carthon and Amy Smart.
What do you mean? Look, I gotta eat, man. They have my ice cream in the car.
Yeah, man, he could be on low sugar, man. He needs a sugar.
Yeah, look at me. I'm fading away. Don't consider the fact that this white Titans makes me look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Excuse me. All right. I'll also tell Titans fans, just breathe. It's gonna take a while. It might not happen overnight. Just chill. Just give him a shot.
Do you think this is a whole new regime? This is a whole new philosophy. But I still feel the same way about it. I still feel the same way. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, the free agency period begins. Is there – wait, hold on a second. Jesus, Pop-Tarts and now marketing on there. What? Hey, man, It is what it is. If you pay me, I'll stop doing it. I'll get a GoFundMe. So free agency starts at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, yeah.
That's your time, not my time. I'm an hour behind. I actually live in the past, and you live in the future.
Right.
So, if there's anything that's going to be done? What do you think?
I want to see Lord Crushingberry, Mecca Becton, or Michael Onwenu, one of those three. I mean, I know Mecca Becton was kind of is injury prone in the Jets, but
not again, Nick, not again. At least I got my eye open.
Right. Under Papa Callahan, maybe Mecca Becton become a better player with Bill in the arena. I mean, because he is a big guy. I'm a huge fan of Mecca Becton when he came out. So, I mean, with the right coaches, any player can become better. I mean, the Jets honestly the Jets. They've been cursed for a very long time too.
Is it wrong? I just want Cushenberry on the team to say Cushenberry.
That's fine. I know I'm on board because I don't want the world's smallest center in the league anymore.
No, me neither. Somebody said
he's a beast in the run blocking, but pass blocking, he's too small.
Yeah, no. I never understood the tougher than $2 steak Aaron Brewer at center experiment either. I don't understand it. But if Cushenberry has to push forward, it'll be called the Cush push. Yeah, I stole that from somebody on Facebook, but
that's okay. They're not on the show. That's okay.
No, I'm stealing it. It's my show. I'll steal whatever I want.
Well, I mean, I know offensive line, receivers, linebackers.
I expect offensive line. Like I expect.
I'm talking about in general. Like we need offensive line, receiver. We need another pass rusher because Autry. Linebacker.
Boo this man. Boo. Was it you, Alan? Was it you? Cush push. Anyway.
And another God, we need a cornerback. I mean, safety I think we're okay at with Hooker and Edmond, but we definitely need a safety.
Well, let's not forget that Poyer's a free agent now from the Bills, and I cannot remember his
a lot of safeties. Xavier McKinley.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons.
Kevin Byard just signed a 2-year deal with the Bears. So
I watched him in Philly, and he was
rough.
He was not rough. Looking like the prime.
And I remember the Philly press were saying Titans got fleeced again. They got Kevin Byard. What did it net them? 1 interception. That was like not just a bad pass. So
I mean, like I said, different philosophy, different scheme. Maybe didn't work out as well, but. I watched him like when he played against other tight ends in the AFC, he did a normal good job, but on the Eagles, he did not look that good. So I'm glad. No, I know a lot of Titans fans said, I'll take him back. Like, guys, let it go.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one fan base. He's not coming back. No more Kevin Byard. I know he went to MTSU. I get it. He's a Blue Raider. He was fantastic here. He was great with the fans. Once again, not coming back. It's over. Okay.
Especially the NFL fans for not for long for a reason, guys.
Right.
Just, unless you're Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan guy, Mike Tomlin, it doesn't last long.
No. It certainly doesn't. And the fact that I think people cannot separate their love for a player and like logic.
1000% agree.
Right. They can't. Can't understand that the Byard's best days are behind him, and that's just how it is.
It wasn't easy for me. See, Eagles secondary was suspect at best.
No, you're right. You're right.
Wasn't James Bradbury injured? I think he was.
I don't remember.
I know Darius Slay was getting picked on a lot too.
The overall point is they brought Byard in there to be a hot shot, and he was not a hot shot. He was rather cold. And now that he's going on with Eberflus and the Bears, he will be more of a steady hand on that secondary as opposed to somebody that's, supposed to be the guy. He did a great job for us for years. I wish him nothing but the best. But this is a complete philosophy change. We talk about it every show. This is a complete change.
Like flipping a house. You gotta start over again and just make it beautiful. You gotta start over.
Right.
But going back to your comment, I mean, I was that fan too with Mariota. I rooted and Corey Davis. I rooted for them so like, come on, please be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they didn't have it, I had to suck up my pride and say, yeah, it didn't work out. And Corey Davis, I know his brother's passing definitely kind of, definitely took his mind away from the game. But at least we didn't draft Johnny Manziel, so it could have been
worse. Small miracles.
Right. Also, I saw another, I don't know why, like TikTok and Twitter, like Josh Jacobs is going to the Titans. No. No.
Since when?
Right. I don't understand. Like, what makes you think we need a running back? We have Tajay Spears.
Sometimes I feel that everybody forgets that Spears is on the team, and maybe they are. I mean, we're plugged into a team. There are people that there are Cowboys on Alan's team that I don't know. Nick Bodkins has got guys on his Packers that I don't know. Nobody knows who NWI is, right?
Right. I could see us going after Tony Pollard as a number 2 back, just to have him as a number 2 back, just like going after a veteran backup quarterback to help Will Levis, because Malik Willis is going to be a practice squad quarterback. So
if he's still there. Speaking of number 2, Brandon Allen is linked up to the backup job, which I find fascinating. Apparently he's linked with Callahan. I'm not sure where. It's got to be Cincy. I find that interesting. I find that intriguing. Allen was one of those guys that could come in for a couple of games. He is purely a backup. And then, they really counted on him to win some games, and it just went crashed.
Oh, yeah, Mitchell Trubisky went back to the Bills.
Yeah, he did. Well, the devil right?
And I was shocked. Outside the Justin Simmons being released and Russell Wilson, I was shocked that Tre'Davious White was released too. I know he's been injury prone too a lot, considering how great he is when he's healthy. But man, I wouldn't mind taking him. I really wouldn't. I know the injuries is a big concern, but I mean, we don't have no one right now. I mean, outside Roger McCreary, who's a good nickel coverage guy, that's what we need him for. We can't afford to remove him from nickel coverage. And God, Christian Fulton's dad, how you feeling, bud? Because your son is gone.
Yeah,
after he said he was good.
Don't.
God, Christian. Hey, John Robinson, there you go. Another bad draft pick.
At least he showed promise. It just fell apart.
Fell apart quick.
Yeah,
I miss Dick LeBeau when he was in Tennessee.
It was nice having the old guy around, right? You knew he knew.
And Jim Schwartz.
Oh,
DPs.
It's the out with the old and with the new, my man. Yeah. All the youngins.
Oh, I love our new DC. He makes me believe.
I'm curious what he's going to make this defense. It's been a while since I had a defensive coordinator get up on a podium and not tell me it's a 3-4, 4-3. So
the only thing I took away from his the press conference, I watched him with the guy and the girl, I can't remember their names, excuse me, was when I disagree with one thing.
Amy. You put some respect on her name.
The one thing I disagree with him on was the schemes. If you go to from a 3-4 to a 4-3, I think Jeffrey Simmons will become better because you put a massive defensive tackle next to him, he'll become better. But I don't think Harold Landry will flourish as much in a 4-3 as a 3-4. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens because now Nico Autry's not here
for sure.
And just another player that built up a good resume in Tennessee. He might just say, "Hey, here's my resume. Agent, take me to a team that can get me to the Super Bowl or something." You just never know.
Next week, we're going to crush the dreams of T. Higgins fans and make them understand that he's never coming here either. So
I knew he wasn't coming here.
We all called it. Everyone called it. I don't understand. Let me just write it out.
I knew the Bengals were going to get rid of Tyler Boyd and keep T. Higgins. I knew that.
Right.
Because Tyler
Without
Boyd,
question.
he's getting up there in age, and T. Higgins is young. The NFL now is getting younger.
Yep.
And
so have we. That's how it works.
I hate to say this, and this is why I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I don't know who's going to dethrone Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
It doesn't look like anybody. It doesn't look like anybody in the
one
AFC.
active quarterback that beat him, and that's Joe Burrow.
I cannot see anyone in this AFC at this moment beating him.
I mean, the Browns have a good team, but not Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson is just
we don't know. We don't know what he is. We don't know what he is. We don't know what the
Browns to go after Kirk Cousins.
No, come on, Cleveland. I got to ask, since he's likely leaving Dallas, do you take Michael Gallup as I would take Michael Gallup as a 3. I have no problems. I have no qualms about that.
He might be a number 2. He might be a number 2 in Tennessee.
Maybe.
I mean, there's just so much what if on Traylon Burks still.
I know. I know. What a mess. What a mess.
I mean, even when I watched this film at Arkansas, I'm like, I didn't see him as a first-round pick. I mean, I just looked at his film. I'm like, I don't see it, and I still don't see it. I mean, you see, like I said, you see those couple of little highlights and flashes, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 seasons, 12 missed games, 1 touchdown catch. That's for a guy who's 6'2", 225. I mean, 1 touchdown, that should not happen.
Yep. Needs to flash more, because we certainly haven't gotten it.
I know he's working with DeAndre Hopkins more, but you can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink, so who knows?
Yeah, no, it's
all I think we do is sit and hope. That's all I can do.
Last question of the night. Who's the first-round draft pick? I'm going to ask it every day.
In my dreams, if I'm closing my eyes and having a nice dream, it'll be Marvin Harrison Jr. But
he ain't coming. Let's be realistic.
I'm still going wide receiver, just because I mean, it's either Rome from Washington or Nablers from LSU. That's who I got. But it just depends on free agency. If it's not a receiver, it's definitely going to be Joe Alt, Notre Dame.
I've been stuck on Joe Alt. I've been stuck on Alt, neutral. I've been stuck in Alt for the entire time we've had this show. And I'm going to say it again. I am changing. It's going to be Romo Dunes. I can never say his name right.
I got a feeling the Giants are going to draft Alt.
I would agree, Alan, but I agree too. I think the Giants are going to take Alt.
Because if they stick with Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas is another guy who's a good tackle, keeps getting injured, so they might. Giants always seem to snag the person we want before we get them.
Right.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the receiver at the time. Marvin Manningham, maybe, I can't remember, but it's just like. It's like the Giants always pick the players I wanted the Titans to draft before they did it. I would love to see the Titans trade up, maybe 2 or 1 spot, but I just don't have. I don't think they have the assets to do it.
No, I don't think they do either.
And like I said to the guy who's commenting, great questions, keep it up. I just said this to Sam. No, there's not going to be enough quarterbacks left.
Boy, if they get rid of Jones, I mean, if the Broncos are going to eat $85 million, then surely the Giants will eat $40-something million or whatever it is.
I agree. The Giants should go away from Daniel Jones.
I think they should move on.
Is Caleb Williams is going to be gone. Drake May is going to be gone. Jalen Daniels is going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not going to risk taking J.J. McCarthy that quick.
No.
So, and I just told Sam this before we started the show. Penn State's offensive lineman, he got injured, so his draft stock's probably going to fall a little bit.
Fashanu.
Yeah, Shanu. So Alt might be going to the Giants. He could be going at number 5. Or not my fault, number 6. Because I still got Brock Bowers going to the Chargers at number 5. Titans fans, Brock Bowers, number 5.
Not coming here. Anyway, so
well, the thing is, like, the argument I made with that is if you want a tight end to replace Chig, then why won't you take a wide receiver to replace Burks?
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it.
No, I get it. So I'm officially changing. It is. I have Romo Dunes. He is going to be the pick. I think the more I'm learning about Callahan, the more I'm learning about this philosophy. I think you change that philosophy a lot more quickly if O'Dunes is your wide receiver number 2. That's how I see it. And maybe that put Burks at 3. What happens to Phillips? I don't know. I don't know anything.
One thing I can say about Kyle Phillips is when he played with Will Levis, I did see more.
He did well.
I saw a connection there better than Will Levis and Burks. So, because like Phillips, if I'm Brian Callahan, I'm going to sit him down, duct tape him to a chair, say, here, you're watching Wes Welker and Julian Elderman highlights. That's what you're going to watch. Watch these guys run their routes and just stay healthy. That's
right.
it.
Stop getting hurt. Stop it.
And for Traylon Burks, just like any other Titans fan, as long as you're a Titans player, I'm going to root for you, man. But you have to start. You got to start contributing. If you don't contribute, you get roasted. That's just how it is in every league across the great United States.
Absolutely. Well, that's the end of our short off-season episode. We got to save some stuff for the tank as we go down the road. We will be hopefully up Friday if my daughter doesn't decide to headbutt me in the eye again. That would be terrific. And we are more than happy. Hopefully, we're going to have a free agency period tomorrow that actually means something. So we look forward to talking to you about that on Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. on the Let's Talk Sports Network. For Bradley Mangold, I am Sam Dean, a.k.a. Mr. First Down, and we will catch you later.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.